We're going to talk about this 1982 GPz750 that I just picked up. And we're going to talk a little bit about Scott Moon and Moon motorcycles here, which I'll get to. But original owner's manual. Honest patina here beneath the seat. You know, we see nobody's fiddled with this, restored this, messed with this. This is original condition stuff. But even as she sits, every sticker's in place. All the original keepers on the wiring harnesses, everything functional, right down to the daily rider checklist is still on the base of the seat. I'm a nut for these kind of details. OEM toolkit 40 years later, and I'm not going to show you this whole toolkit right now, but my absolute favorite detail out of this toolkit, the Kawasaki tire pressure gauge. And I'll put up the microfiche for this toolkit here in the video, but I've inventoried against that microfiche, and we're missing one open-ended wrench. And aside from one open-ended wrench, all the original OE tools are there. Prior rider actually had inserted another open-ended wrench of the correct size. It just wasn't the Kawasaki one that's in there, but everything else is all original. And that's where I want to throw a word in here for Scott Moon Motorcycles. I don't work for Scott. Scott's never paid me $1 in his life. In fact, I just paid him a bunch of dollars, I think. But I've watched the vintage motorcycle market as entertainment for years. Shopping for the vintage GPz I knew I would eventually buy to replace my bike from the 80s that I've missed forever. But anyway, along the way, I like looking at the Nortons, the BSAs, the old BMWs. That's my new BMW over there, but the old airhead BMWs are attractive to me. And I've really noticed over the years, Scott Moon Motorcycles, North Bend, Washington, man, he gets a hold of some high quality stuff. I don't know what his network is. I don't know what his connections are. I don't know what his sources are. But 1982, practically every tool in the toolkit, just a beautiful motor, and bone stock. You would have had a hard time finding a stock GPz by the late 80s. Everybody and his brother had put K&N pods on these things, ripped out the airbox. You know, everybody was going nuts for their Kirker headers, their Vance and Hines. I was one of those guys, you know, tearing apart stock bikes and putting all kinds of stuff on them that if you're going to buy a vintage bike 40 years later, you don't want that stuff. You want the original motorcycle, right? And I just can't say enough about what I've seen so far watching Moon Motorcycles site. And certainly this was my opportunity to get in, visit with those guys, see what they're about, meet them, talk to them. Can't really say I got to know them, but did business with them and at least got a good impression. And if you're an old bike nut, like I'm an old bike nut, you should get to know Moon Motorcycles, especially if you live in the Pacific Northwest. But heck, if I was gonna buy a bike cross country and pay somebody to stick it in a truck and ship it to me, and I was looking for somebody I could trust, I think Scott Moon would get my vote. Check them out if you like old bikes. And if you specifically like old Kawasaki KZ750s, just keep watching this space as we get this cleaned up and on the road.